Hi, this is the Dark Lord Happy Pants, and not feeling too great today, but, I decided to make a video anyway. Now, for those of you who haven't really looked through my subscriptions or my favorites, you probably don't know, but I'm an atheist. And, well, you see, the thing is, I come from a family of Christians, and I myself actually used to be a Christian up until, this last February. Well, needless to say, my mother, when she found out, was not too thrilled that, I discovered the wonders of atheism, the wonders of non-belief. So, she's been kind of pressuring me to ask questions and ask a pastor or ask some sort of apologist some questions, and I haven't really asked anyone in particular yet. I actually just compiled the list today, and I thought maybe, later on I would make an appointment with the church or try to see someone who deals with apologetics and see what they can tell me, because, I do like hearing people's opinions. That's one kind of weird thing about me. I mean, I'll admit, some of them are just plain stupid, but, I like hearing different opinions, seeing why people believe what they believe. So, I'm going to be not posting my list, I'm going to be reading off my list right now, and, if anyone feels that they have any answers, then feel free to share them in the comment section. But these are questions basically concerning mostly the nature of God and the nature of His Word. And this is mostly addressed to Christians who consider themselves fundamentalists. And when I say fundamentalist, I mean fundamentalist in the sense that they take the Bible literally. They believe that Jesus Christ was born in the Virgin and that the Bible is God's holy book. So, let's get started. First question. Is God omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent? Yes or no? Okay. And number 2, is it okay to question God? Well, you know what? I sure hope it is, because question Him is what I'm going to be doing for the next God knows how many minutes. So, let's get started. If God is truly omniscient, why did He put the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden when He knew that Adam and Eve were going to fall? Now, personally, I think that that's kind of like setting them up for failure, setting them up for suffering and pain, and setting Himself up for suffering and pain. Alright. Number 4, why did God set up a complicated religious system when He had another more efficient plan all along? Moreover, why was His religion so complicated that no human being could possibly follow it down to the letter? I mean, seriously, I once heard a story on the news. I can't give you the link to that. I'm sorry. I don't remember where I found it. I'll try, but basically this guy was trying to follow all the 10 Commandments, and he actually wasn't able to do it. He said, point blank, it was really friggin' difficult, but he tried for a year to follow every single commandment in the Old Testament. My heart goes out to him. Alright, number 5. Slavery is a system that degrades and dehumanizes human beings. If God truly loves everyone on this planet, as it says in John 3:16, then why does He promote slavery in the Old Testament? And I actually wrote down a couple of verses for this one, and I'm not going to read them, because I've already read the Bible, and it's just, I've already read the verses today, and I just don't really want to take the time to do it again. I'm angry enough, honestly. But, basically the verses are Exodus 21:20-21, and that verse deals with punishment for the owners who beat slaves to death or beat them severely enough to injure them to where, they can't really get up for 1 or 2 days. Leviticus 19:20-22, And this is what happens to a slave who has sex before marriage. And the thing I find interesting about this verse is that the normal punishment for adultery in the Bible is death, but this crime is sort of treated like it's unimportant, like they're not really human beings you're dealing with, like you're dealing with objects, pretty much. Leviticus 25:44-46. It really, when I read this verse again, I just was disgusted at how, let's see, what's the right word? Oh, self-righteous it sounded. I mean, the Israelites, they make everyone else sound like they're pretty much their property. Let's see, Deuteronomy 20:14. The thing that disturbed me about this verse was, what the heck do they do with the children? That's all I want to know. And that kind of really just disturbed me. And last but not least, Deuteronomy 21:10-14. This really pissed me off because this is essentially legalized rape. Alright, and if you missed any of those verses, don't worry. I will be including them in a link in the sidebar. Alrighty, now, if you're watching this video, please pause it and take time to read Deuteronomy 22:22-29. What it basically is, it's laws dealing with women and rape. Now, pause. Okay, now that you're back, by the way, I'll include a link to where you can find that passage in the sidebar, and you can actually find other passages on these Bible search engines. So, if you don't own a Bible, you can read these things. Well, anyway, if all people are truly equal in God's eyes, as it says in Galatians 3:28 and in other places, then why does God promote such a misogynistic view of women by treating them like possessions that can be bought when damaged? And why is it assumed that if a woman is being raped in a city, all she has to do is scream for her life and someone will surely save her? That's not really how it works. No fucking way. Furthermore, why would a loving God allow a woman to be sold and married to the man who raped her? I mean, you know, I know that culture and stuff was different back then, but people don't really change much through history, and frankly, I don't know any woman who would like waking up next to a monster every morning for the rest of their lives. Okay. Next question. Why does God seem to promote genocide, and why, when Israel commits the same sins as her enemies, does God punish them less severely? How can he pass unequal judgment for the same crime and call himself just? And the verses for this one are Deuteronomy 20:16-18. It basically says, if anyone is in the land that I promised you, then don't leave anything alive. You heard it. Nothing. Women, children, babies, animals, nothing. 2 Kings 17:16-23, Israel's actions, child sacrificing, idolatry, etc., and the consequences. Note, God still let Israel survive, and they are still a nation today. If he exists, which I don't believe it. Ezekiel 16:20-43, Israel's actions and consequences. And Judges 11:30-40, which is basically the story of Jephthah and his daughter. And, I don't really want to be pressed for time, so I'm going to make a part 2 to this video. I'll see you guys later. Bye.